Hi guys, so it's me again, Asian Batman, and if you guys are wondering why I haven't uploaded in like nearly a week, it's because I actually was sick in the middle of this week, but I just recently got better, so I thought I'd make another YouTube video. And yeah, let's get started. Now, the place most people buy their leopard geckos from is PetSmart or other pet stores like it. Now, many people online say that PetSmart and other large chain pet stores like it are horrible with reptiles. And you know, they're kept on sand, they all die really quickly after you get them. But personally, I bought my leopard gecko Godzilla from PetSmart and he's been doing just fine. And when we got him from PetSmart, he was in perfect condition. So in my opinion, with pet stores, you should use your own judgment. Now, for example, you should look at how they keep their geckos and whether they have access to hides, the right temperature, as well as water and calcium powder or some other sort of calcium so they won't get metabolic bone disease. However, it depends on what you want to do with your gecko too. If you're interested in breeding, then most likely you shouldn't buy a gecko from a pet store because you don't know about their genetics and you don't know what they have, what genes they have inside them, if they're het, albino, etc., stuff like that. And so if you're trying to breed geckos, then you should definitely buy from a breeder. Now, there are online options available, and there are many online breeders of leopard geckos. There's, David's Fine Geckos, etc., Sasobic Reptiles, and countless others that all have really great quality reptiles. So, if you do find a good online breeder that you want to buy from, just check a few of his or her reviews online, and if they're really positive, then you'll probably be fine. If you're not going to breed your gecko, then just getting one from a pet store, as long as the pet store has the right setup, is perfectly fine. However, if you don't want your leopard gecko to go through the stress of shipping, then you can also just try and find a local breeder. And if you live in a big city, this is really easy. And if you live somewhere where you might not have a leopard gecko or breeder near you, then just check online. A quick Google search will reveal whether there are any leopard gecko breeders operating in your area. Breeders, again, you should definitely check their reviews and previous customers to see if they do deliver quality animals, and definitely visit them to check on the quality of the animals and the setups they're being kept in. Another great way to find a quality animal is by going to reptile conventions or expos, and this is honestly one of the best ways as well because you get to meet a large number of basically all of your local leopard gecko breeders at one place. However, they only occur maybe once or twice a year, so they are hard to find sometimes. If you need a gecko in a hurry or if you don't want to wait and don't have the patience, then they're not really an option most of the time. Now, the last option I can think of to find a leopard gecko is through sites like Craigslist, where people who previously wanted to keep them now maybe don't want them anymore and are trying to sell them off. While you do get probably the best deals through this method, they're usually really cheap, you might not get a good quality animal, and since the owner doesn't want it anymore, chances are he or her hasn't been keeping it properly. Maybe it's on sand, and on Craigslist there are a large number of sick or in general just bad quality animals. So I wouldn't recommend this route unless it's from someone you trust, or you get to visit the animal and just check that it's in good condition. Now, to sum up this video, in my opinion, the best option is to go with a local breeder, especially if you want to be serious about geckos and actually breed them. And if you can't find a local breeder, or if you live in a remote town and there aren't any local breeders of reptiles, then you can either go through an online breeder, or if you don't want to go through all that hassle, go to a local pet store that has good enclosures and good setups for their reptiles. Now, personally, I would only buy from people on sites like Craigslist if I was allowed to observe and inspect the animal before purchasing. Alright, so that's the end of this little vid. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, or if you found it useful, hopefully you'll subscribe and leave a like down below. Really appreciate the support. And if you have any feedback, comments, suggestions, whatever, well, feel free to leave it in the comment section down below. As always, your feedback is really welcome and appreciated. Well, that's it for today. Bye!